We've all had challenges in our life and experiences that make us who we are today. And one of the biggest challenges in my life started when I was 14 years old. I was very active. I was on dance teams, sailing, scuba diving, lots of things teenage kids do. But I had a croupy cough that just wouldn't go away. All summer, I suffered with this cough. We went to the doctor, got asthma medicine, antibiotics. Nothing was helping. I was also extremely tired, and we just figured it was because I lived such an active life. At the beginning of my sophomore year, it got to the point where I couldn't even lay down flat at night to sleep. I couldn't breathe, so I had to prop myself up on pillows. The beginning of my sophomore year, my mom told the doctor that she wanted to have an x-ray done on my chest. Got the x-ray done, and we couldn't see anything. It was pretty much black. A couple days later, the doctor sent us to the MRI, and when we got the results from the doctor, he said, go straight to Children's Hospital, don't even go there to pack a bag. On the way there, we were reading the paperwork, and it said malignant tumor. My mom and I thought that they must have given us the wrong paperwork because children don't have malignant tumors. As soon as we got to Children's Hospital, a team of doctors was waiting for me, rushed me immediately to surgery to do a biopsy. My tumor was so big it filled my chest cavity, that's why they couldn't see my lungs on the x-ray. A biopsy showed that I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. It was in stage 4. Another 24 hours and I could have died. The doctor said it was a miracle that the tumor didn't rupture under the pressure when I was scuba diving that summer. Because of where it was located, they couldn't remove the tumor, so they started me on chemo immediately. Let's see. One of the hardest things to deal with was losing my hair, because as you know, every 14-year-old girl lost her hair. And it didn't happen immediately, but one day I was in the shower, clumps of hair started falling out, and my mom said she heard me screaming and crying and went in the room. And I had her sit there and pick through the hair that was still attached to my head and the hair that was falling out so that I could keep the hair I did have. I stayed like that for a little while, and then I guess I finally dealt with it and said, let's just shave my head. Wore hats, and then after a while, you get a little peach fuzz that grows back. I just went without my hats. I had a shirt that said bald is beautiful, and I was okay with, the lost hair. But in the beginning, it was very hard. This picture we have up here is an article they put in the paper when I found out that I didn't have cancer because I needed a lot of blood transfusions and help from the community. I went through more than 5 years of chemo treatment, consumed my sophomore, junior, senior year, and college years. I don't remember much in the beginning about my friends leaving, but my mom said a lot of my friends did desert me. The one I do remember leaving me was my best friend, who I used to do everything with, and the minute I got sick, I never saw her anymore. It was really hard going through your high school year, getting treated for cancer. There'd be weeks at a time I was in the hospital for treatment. I had to go to clinic every Thursday. I had to get blood transfusions, platelet transfusions, spinal taps, and I had to be very flexible with my schedule. They might do blood work in the morning and then call us at 11 o'clock that night and say, you need to hurry up into the hospital and get a blood transfusion, your counts are too low. So you never knew what to expect, how your counts were, or when you needed to go in for treatment, or how long your treatment was going to be. It might have been a week's treatment, and because your counts were low, you had to stay in the hospital another week. But I was driven to graduate on time. I was born in 79, and I thought it was neat that I would graduate in 97. And for some weird reason, that motivated me to stay at school. My doctor would only let me go to school for half days, so I did homeschooling and correspondence courses. I did graduate on time with honors in 97. She stayed very positive and upbeat. She had me live a normal life. If I was at home, she wouldn't let me lounge around in my pajamas. I had to get dressed and get out of the bed. So that really helped me to stay driven and to not give up. I also had a lot of support from the community. Complete strangers just came out to help us financially, to donate blood, to do fundraisers for me. It was really amazing. The doctors at Children's Hospital were great too, and the nurses are real motivational. My next picture is my high school fundraising. They raised $1,120 they found out that I was sick. I went by Elisa because that was my middle name. My mom is also Tolly. And so growing up, I didn't want to have the same name as my mother. The next picture is a picture of me with the hair that I saved and one of my nurses at Children's Hospital. And the next picture is me on the phone, of course. And the next picture is me with my IV. And then the next picture is me with, I don't know if you remember Proctor from Police Academy, but I got to meet him along with some others. And then my next picture is a picture of me and my younger brother who spent a lot of time with me while I was going through all of this. My mother and grandfather stayed strong for me. My grandfather was also a big participant in helping me get through this. When my mom had to work and I had to go to the hospital, he was always there to bring me or pick me up or let me stay over at his house. I didn't think about this back then, but now that I have a child of my own, I wonder why I never saw my mom cry. And I asked her, and she said she did cry often, she just never let me see. And she said one time that she remembered the most was when she was in the mirror and she was looking at her wrinkles and talking about her wrinkles. And I said, at least you can have wrinkles I didn't have to get to. I did miss a lot of extracurricular activities in high school, like the dances and beta club and things like that that I had done before. But I did get to do a lot of things that other teenagers didn't get to do, like meet the movie stars, meet Saints players. I got to meet Coach, if you guys remember who Coach is. I never knew he was a race car driver, but I met him at a NASCAR race that I got to go to. I also got a wish through Make-A-Wish Foundation. Got to celebrate my Sweet 16. We had a luau. My friend and I did a luau. This is a picture before our luau. I have my next picture. I got invited to the Brennan's Daughters Coming Out Party. My home health nurse was friends with the Brennans, and they invited me to their Daughters Coming Out Party. And my next picture is of my prom. I got to go to prom. That's me at the bottom. My next picture is me and my brother in my graduation outfit. And my next picture is my grandmother, my brother, and I when my hair was growing up. In '97, I was told that there were no more traces of cancer, but my 10-year mile marker was in 2004. I had been cancer-free for 10 years. After treatments, they told me that they... After treatment, they told me they weren't sure if I'd be able to have children. I bought my first house in 2005. I was real proud of it. We just finished painting it and furnishing it, and I was really enjoying my life. I was single, I was working, and Hurricane Katrina hit. I got 5 feet of water, had to move back in with my mom. And the good thing out of this was I met my contractor who became my husband. My mom and my husband and I. He had had a vasectomy and it had been 8 years. And at 10 years, you're definitely not going to have children. But we got it reversed in hopes that we could have a child. And the second miracle in my life happened December of 2008. And I really enjoy being a wife and a mother, and I try to live life to the fullest and enjoy every day. My favorite holiday is Halloween, so that's when we go get our family portraits. And, we create our own costumes. We try not to get store-bought, and I have 2 pictures of 2 Halloween sweets. And those are my husband's 2 daughters. He has 2 daughters. Fun and have fun and enjoy life. I'm the type of person that does not save the china for a special day. I feel that every day is special. My son and I, we spend a lot of time at my mom's lake house, which is my next picture. He loves her little dog. There's a picture of them. My life changed once again last year when I got a postcard in the mail from Team in Training. I didn't know who Team in Training was. I was not a runner. And the postcard said you could walk a half mile. I said, I can walk, it's raising money, and it's just, I'm not half mile, half marathon. I didn't know how far my marathon was. And I said, it's got to be less than a full marathon, and I can walk.
All the time.
I signed up, went to my first GCS, and found out exactly how far I was going to be. I ended up doing a run walk. I didn't walk the whole thing, and I did it in 2 hours and 40 minutes. So this is... through Team in Training, I've met a lot of great people, done a lot of fundraising, and it's just been real motivational, and it's great to give back to those that I knew what they're going through. And I just want to say thank you for everything that you guys have done, all the fundraising that you have done. It really gives hope to those that are going through the cancer and the families that are fighting to go through the cancer and to know that they're not alone. You can have a good life while you're going through treatment, but you can have a great life once you've conquered cancer. And you guys are doing a great job at helping people to achieve these dreams. So I just want to thank everyone. And while I was writing my speech, I didn't know the statistics when I was younger, but I found out that in the 90s when I was going through my treatment, the 5-year survival rate was 63%, and the 10-year survival rate was just 51%. And today, they've increased, the 5-year survival rate is now at 84.7%. Wow. This is just some pictures of fundraising I've done with Team in Training.